The national plan talks about once you get to 90%, you should have enduring settings. You should lock in those settings. And it's our approach to try and achieve life as close to normal as possible once we get to that milestone. We estimate that that will be on or about the 24th of November. 90% of Victorians 12 and over will have had 2 doses. That is about as protected as we are ever going to be. Now, of course, we're not going to call time. We'll keep encouraging people to come and be part of this vaccination program. Every single dose matters, and then we'll soon get into boosters. So this is a very big milestone, and it is about that deal, that fundamental agreement that we made with the Victorian community. So what I can announce is that from on or about Wednesday the 24th of November, when we have reached 90%, because we're a government that does what it says and delivers on the commitment it makes, there will be a fundamental change, a massive change in many respects, to the rules that we've all been living under. What that means, there will be no caps anywhere. There will be no density quotients anywhere. Masks will only be required in high-risk indoor settings, for instance, public transport, prisons, hospitals, aged care, to give you some examples. We will retain the vaccinated economy, all those requirements, all those settings where you only get in if you are double vaxxed, and you can tap and verify that for everybody. That vaccinated economy is here to stay. It will not be being folded up moments after it gets to full peak. In fact, we will add to the vaccinated economy by asking and mandating that all non-essential retail will have to be vaccinated as well, both to go in and also to work in those settings. Martin will have a bit more to say about that because, of course, that opens up at 80%, which is this weekend. I'm talking about the final step, if you like, in this roadmap. We will also make sure that when it comes to events, we'll do one-off approvals, a single gateway, if you like, for events across the board. There'll be policy, there'll be COVID-safe planning, but it will not be an event by event, day by day, endless paperwork, moving through those kind of approval gateways. We'll try and make that as simple as we possibly can. For state significant venues, there will be a one-off approval. There'll be a policy, there'll be things that have to be done. We're looking to get those events, both indoor and outdoor, we're looking to get those as close to normal as possible. So, for instance, I'll get ahead of one of you asking me, I'm sure you will, I want to see 80,000+ people at the Boxing Day test on day one. That's what I want to see, and we are determined to deliver that. It won't be easy. I think selling the tickets will be pretty easy, but we are very confident, very, very confident that we will be able to deliver that, provided Victorians continue to get their second doses, and those who haven't yet made up their mind, go and get your first and second dose. Every person who's vaccinated in good time gives us more options, gives us more freedom, sees less people in hospital, less pressure on our nurses. It is, for every reason, the best thing to do. They're free, they're safe, they work, they get us open, and they keep us out of hospital. So that is a very big change, moving to very few rules, and I'd summarise them as such. Some masks in some settings, principally indoors, where there is a greater risk, and the economy being open to you only if you have had 2 shots, only if you are fully vaccinated. They are the 2 rules that will be enduring. They are the 2 rules that will be with us right throughout 2022. That is as close to normal as any part of our nation and any part of the world can be. And it is all a credit to the millions and millions of Victorians who've been through so much and have yet again done what we asked of them. Please go and get vaccinated. People have done it in record numbers. They've done it in record time. I could not be more proud of every single Victorian who has, as I said, been through so much, but done so well. This means, as I said last week, when we got to 90%, we wanted as few rules as possible. That's exactly what we are going to do at 90% double dose. In the meantime, 80% double dose is a very significant milestone as well. Martin's going to remind us of all the things that matter and all the things that happen once we get to 80% double dose. I'll steal some of his thunder by saying that I can confirm that at 6 p.m. this Friday, we will flick the switch and we will move to 80%. Whether we have ticked over the 80% settings, we will definitely do that over the course of the weekend, whether it's Friday, Saturday or Sunday. It kind of depends on which data expert you talk to. But from 6 p.m. on Friday, the 80% settings, so one set of rules that covers the entire state, freedom of movement across the entire state, and many other things that Martin will go to. But that means it's a proper Melbourne Cup long weekend, informally, for people to travel, to book holidays, to do all sorts of different things. Hopefully that is positive news for everybody. I would just say that just one thing I wanted to call out, particularly for those watching and listening in regional Victoria. One of the consequences of moving to one set of rules for the whole state, as we had indicated we would do at 80%, is that some things at the moment are open whether you're vaccinated or not in regional Victoria. That will not be the case after 6 p.m. this coming Friday. The vaccinated economy, because we're unifying and having one set of rules for the whole state, which is a thoroughly good thing, the vaccinated economy will then apply across all settings. Where they apply in Melbourne now and only some in regional Victoria, they will be across the board. So we'll obviously be talking to industry, talking to those who will need to make changes around that. But that's been coming for a while, and I don't think that'll be a surprise to anybody. But when you have one set of rules, it means that the vaccinated economy will operate across the board. 2 doses or you're not getting in. 2 doses or you're not going to work in one of those settings. This is absolutely critical. And the feedback I get is that people are reassured to think that the person they're sitting next to, the person they're by choice or otherwise spending time with, the person they're being served by, is fully vaccinated. That's the feedback that I get. People believe that it is safer. People are confident that they're being surrounded by people who've done the right thing. They've protected themselves. I said when I came back from a lengthy absence that we weren't going to lock the place down to protect people who hadn't protected themselves. We have now reached the time where everyone can be vaccinated. In my judgment, I'd respectfully say everyone should be vaccinated because that gives us options and it takes pressure off our nurses. 90%, very few rules, because Victorians have done a mighty job, an amazing job of getting vaccinated. That is on or about the 24th of November. From this Friday, we'll move to the 80% settings because we will achieve 80% throughout the course of the coming weekend. And to remind us all about what those freedoms look like, what those rules look like, and what the next month will be under those rules, I'll now throw to the Health Minister and on your behalf, thank him for the work that he's been doing to get us to this point.